grab a seat if you can.
never enough money for
And
it.
we're ready to get started. There's a couple here. Each seat comes with a tote bag, so don't miss your chance. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Lambert Castle. It is a privilege to stand with you today at the reopening of one of Passaic County's most cherished landmarks. This moment represents years of dedication, partnership, and careful stewardship, all coming together to return this extraordinary site to the public. Before we dive into today's speakers, I want to give a little background on the castle so you can fully appreciate its grandeur. Built in 1892 as the home of silk manufacturer Catalina Lambert, it has long been one of Passaic County's most recognizable landmarks and a symbol of the region's industrial and cultural heritage. It reflects the vision of a man whose leadership helped shape Patterson as a center of industry and innovation, and whose success played an important role in the economic growth of Passaic County. The castle has long stood not only as a residence, but as a symbol of the era that helped define our region. The county took ownership of the castle in 1927, with it becoming the home of the Passaic County Park Commission, which you can see one of their offices today upstairs, still laid out as it looked a century ago. The castle opened as a museum in 1934 and held the offices of the Passaic County Historical Society. The Passaic County Sheriff's Department was also housed here for some time and used the carriage house as a motor pool from 1931 until 2019. Each chapter leaves its mark on this landmark and adds to its rich and complex history, but also leaves it in need of substantial refurbishment. The castle returned to county stewardship in 2020, and its restoration began in earnest to prepare it for a new chapter of public use. Before we begin, I have to congratulate Kelly Rafael and her team on this moment. Typically modest, Kelly's not even in the room. I know, Kelly, that this has been years in the making, and you should feel so proud, and your whole team should feel so proud of what you've accomplished on behalf of the county. I know that we are. We also need to thank our project teams that helped us. James Garessi and Michael Hanrahan are the project architects of Clark Caton Hints. John O'Hara Company, who supported with the Castle Phase 1 landscape and Lambert Tower projects. Pannoni Associates. M&M Construction, who helped with the carriage house. ZN Construction, who helped with the carriage house storage building as well. None of this would have been possible without critical grant funding from the New Jersey Historic Trust, Friends of Passaic County Parks, and the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Green Acres Program. Today we begin an important new chapter in not just the castle's history, but Passaic County's history. We're grateful to our county leadership over generations, the project team, the preservation partners, our grant partners, and all of you who are here with us today as we celebrate this achievement. At this time, I'd like to invite our Passaic County Clerk, Danielle Ireland Imhoff, to join us or lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, everyone. Please stand. Join me in directing your attention to the flag. Place your right hand over your heart as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. It's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, County Commissioner Director Sandy Lazaro. Before serving in county leadership, well, look, do it like we do it on. You stand right here, and I'll say all the nice things about you. Before serving in county leadership, Director Lazaro dedicated many years to education, shaping young minds and instilling in her students a respect for history, civic responsibility, and community. As a county commissioner, projects like the restoration of Lambert Castle reflect a genuine belief in the power of education and preservation to strengthen our communities. Please join me in welcoming Director.
Thank you, Commissioner Bartlett. And good morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning.
So as someone who has spent many years in the classroom, 25 to be exact, I have always believed that some of the most meaningful lessons happen beyond textbooks, which is part of the reason I was a science teacher. Places like Lambert Castle are living classrooms, especially in like fourth grade when the kids focus on their local towns and counties, and they learn all the history of the United States, but most importantly, they focus on New Jersey history. This is going to be a great place for them to come. Spaces where history becomes tangible and where the next generation can better understand the people, events, and ideas that shape their community. Today is a proud day for Passaic County. The reopening of Lambert Castle reflects a commitment this county has made to preserving its past, while expanding opportunity for learning, discovery, and public access. This restoration ensures that students, families, and visitors will once again have a place to explore history in a direct and meaningful way. This project required patience, collaboration, and vision. It represents a kind of long-term investment that strengthens our communities, supports cultural tourism, and preserves resources that will educate and inspire for generations to come. On a personal level, I can't wait to bring my grandchildren. Although they may go, I may wait a couple of years. And so they can learn and immerse themselves in the history of a castle right here in Passaic County. You know, funny stories, and my boys are in their 40s, I used to drive past here, and I used to say, hey, look, there's Castle Graceful. I don't know.
That's good.
And they believed it. I would like to thank the county staff, consultants, preservation specialists, and funding partners whose dedication made this possible. Their work ensures that Lambert Castle will continue to serve not only as a landmark, but as a place of learning and reflection for years to come. It is now my pleasure to invite Deputy Director Commissioner Orlando Cruz to offer remarks.
Yes.
Thank you, Director. And as you can see here in Passaic County, we are true to protecting the authenticity of these type of events, because obviously they didn't have speakers in the 1800s or a microphone, right? So we're projecting our voice in these walls, allow the echo and the sound to reverberate all over this castle, which is great. So thank you, Director Lazaro. Good morning, everyone. For me, this carries personal meaning. I grew up in Patterson, still live here in Patterson, and like so many of us that were raised here, Lambert Castle has always been a point of interest, a place that piqued your interest, noticed, you wondered about, and of course, Mayor, it's been a staple of the skyline of our city. Seeing it return to life is a source of genuine pride, not only for me, but for the community that has long considered it part of its identity. Lambert's Castle reopening is a powerful reminder that preservation is not simply about protecting buildings, but it's also about protecting opportunity. When we restore landmarks like this, we create spaces for learning, reflection, and connection across all generations. This project shows how this can be achieved when public investment, grant support, and professional expertise come together with one shared purpose. The result is a landmark, just like this one, that belongs fully to the people of Passaic County. So as we welcome visitors back, we are also reaffirming our belief that access to history, culture, and education strengthens our communities and enriches our quality of life. So thank you to everyone who has played a vital role in bringing this vision to completion. And to echo Director Lazaro's comments, I'm also looking forward to bringing my kids here so that they can learn about the rich path of the birth of their city. I now return the program to Commissioner Bartlett.
They have all your remarks in here. Flipping forward to, all right. It is my pleasure as we stand here looking down over the city of Patterson to introduce the mayor of Patterson, Andre Saya. You get an introduction too, so thank you. Sit, stand, whatever. Mayor Saya has been a steadfast advocate for the city of Patterson and for the preservation of the places that reflect its rich history and cultural significance. His leadership has strengthened the partnership between the city and the county, and I know as I see our Great Falls superintendent here, also the federal government as part of that historic partnership. And Mayor Say's commitment to community, opportunity, and civic pride continues to shape Patterson's future. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Say.
This is a proud moment for Patterson. It's a proud moment for Passaic County, but it's also a victory for history. Matter of fact, this is a symbol of Patterson's place as the silk capital of our country. In 1898, we had a visit from a president and a vice president. As John Franco Archimedes will tell you, he's nodding in approval because he always fact checks me. Whenever I say anything, he's got his phone out going on Google to see if it's accurate. But it is. William McKinley was here in 1898 along with a Pattersonian, Garrett Augustus Hobart. And in keeping with that theme, and thank you, Kelly, and of course, John Franco, this is a victory for, and Joyce, this is a victory for historic preservation, something that is a priority for us. In Patterson, we were able to preserve an American treasure, Hinchliffe Stadium. A few weeks ago, we installed a new pedestrian bridge. We'll be opening up a river walk, and we refashioned, renovated Vista Park, the highest point in Patterson. So I feel like there's so much synergy that's taking place in our city and in our county because we believe in the power of partnerships. But there's a lot of sentimental value here for me as well on a personal note because Commissioner Lazara said it and then it was echoed by Commissioner Cruz. I can't wait to bring my children here because on June 12, 2010, this is where their mommy and daddy got married. And I'll be celebrating my sweet 16. Who knows, maybe I'll renew my vows here in a few years. And I'm hoping that many other couples will share that. Yes, Zoila will officiate, so will I. I'm hoping other couples will experience that as well. So knowing that history happened here, that we had a sitting president, a sitting vice president, He-Man, Skeletor, were here in the castle. I salute our Passaic County partners for creating this synergy and making sure that we prioritize preservation and also position our county and our city for more travel and tourism. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Yeah, this is a gorgeous place. Maybe more so in the summertime outside than right now, but for weddings and having our surrogate judge Shirley Casanova here with us and to officiate all those weddings would be fantastic. I also want to acknowledge my colleague on the board, County Commissioner Rodney DeBoer. Yeah. It is now my honor to introduce Glenn Saponis, Executive Director of the New Jersey Historic Trust, a long-standing and valued partner of Passaic County. Under his leadership, the Trust advances preservation across New Jersey through education, stewardship, tourism, and strategic investment, ensuring that places like Lambert Castle remain accessible and meaningful to the public. Mr. Saponis brings decades of experience to this work, having spent nearly 20 years with the Historic Trust and many more in the field of cultural resource management, working directly with communities to protect and restore their most important landmarks. His commitment to thoughtful preservation and collaboration has been instrumental to projects like this one, and we're grateful for the Trust's continued partnership in preserving Passaic County's legacy. Please join me in welcoming Glenn Saponis.
Thank you, Commissioner. I want to draw this short straw. Follow the mayor is never an easy thing to do, but I'm very happy to be here. The restoration of Lambert Castle epitomizes the purpose and goals of the state's Preserve New Jersey Fund and the New Jersey Historic Trust. In order to accomplish its goals, we need partners like Passaic County to carry out these important projects like the restoration of Lambert Castle. While we're here to celebrate the amazing transformation, I don't know if people were here before the restoration. I mean, I remember people in offices with water dripping from the roof onto their desks. So what you're seeing is a true transformation. I think it's also important to acknowledge Passaic County's efforts in preserving a number of other historic sites, including Lambert Tower up the hill, the Dye Mansion, the County Courthouse, West Side Park Bridge, numerous heritage tourism projects, and a recent grant from the Historic Trust to do a comprehensive preservation plan on historic cemeteries throughout the county. again, showing the county's commitment and dedication to historic preservation. So, on behalf of the New Jersey Historic Trust, I just want to thank and congratulate all those involved in this project, and again, their determination, the county's determination for historic preservation in general. And again, I can't leave without a quick shout out to Kelly Raffel, whose leadership throughout all these projects is critical. So again, so again, to all involved, a job well done. Congratulations. Thanks.
All right. As Glenn indicated, the reopening of Lambert Castle is about much more than restoring just this building. It represents our responsibility as stewards of Passaic County's history and our commitment to preserving the places that define who we are as a community. This landmark once stood as a proud symbol, and its renewal demonstrates what can be achieved when preservation is treated as a priority and when long-term vision is matched with thoughtful investment. Preserving Lambert Castle is about reclaiming the stories held within these walls. Stories of industry, innovation, and community growth that helped shape Patterson and Passaic County. By reopening this site to the public, we are reaffirming that our history belongs to everyone and that access to it matters. And none of this is automatic. If you think about the history of so many of our county historic sites, this house went through a period as a tuberculosis hospital after the Lamberts surrendered. Dye Mansion was a rooming house for a period of time. These are sites that might not have survived and been preserved. And we're very fortunate that in the 1930s, our predecessors had the vision to make sure that Passaic County's history would not become history. And this moment carries special meaning as our nation prepares to mark its 250th anniversary. Semi-quincentennial. Say it 5 times fast. No, don't. Last month in her inauguration speech, Governor Sherrill reminded us that New Jersey has always stood at the center of the American story, from the struggle for independence to the values that continue to guide our democracy today. Her words underscore that the ideals set down at our founding were meant to bind generations together and expand opportunity for those who would follow. Through the March to 250, Passaic County is ensuring that its sites and stories remain part of that larger national reflection. Lambert Castle now stands ready to play an important role in this effort, offering an authentic place where history can be experienced, understood, and preserved for generations to come. The castle's revival reflects years of planning, collaboration, and careful work, and it's a reminder that preservation requires patience, foresight, and a deep respect for the past, but that the rewards are lasting and meaningful. And those rewards include not just memory of times past, but supporting our communities and our businesses in times future. Recent New Jersey estimate indicates that our region adds about 100 jobs a year in the tourism industry and the industries that serve it, whether that's hotels and restaurants or other sorts of things. And with everything from America 250 to the World Cup to so many other opportunities this year and in the years ahead, this is going to be part of the story of improving economic opportunity for the next generation of Passaic County residents. So as we reopen these doors, I invite residents and visitors to return to this remarkable place, explore its restored spaces, and take pride in a landmark that continues to shape our county's identity. To welcome the community back, admission will be free throughout opening weekend, and I encourage everyone to take this opportunity to rediscover Lambert Castle. Thank you very much for joining us today, and welcome back to this treasured landmark. A reminder before our formal ribbon cutting, for multiple reasons, including security for some of the beautiful pieces of art in these exhibits, and to ensure that the public sees the work for the first time in person, we are limiting photos and videos to the music room and the foyer. Thank you very much for your understanding and for complying with this request. We will now do the formal ribbon cutting in the music room just behind all of you. Thank you very much.